Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. Don't try to ignore this. The person you love deeply will never let you know this bitter truth. Everyone except you knows what happened last night. Open it immediately, my dearest child. You need to stop for a moment. Stop running from the signs. Stop brushing off the whispers in your heart. Stop pretending like you didn't feel that strange shift last night. That unexplainable discomfort in your soul that made your breath hitch and your heart ache. Because that wasn't random. That wasn't nothing. That was me trying to get your attention, and now I have to say this loud and clear. This is not just another message, it's an emergency. You love this person. I see it. I know it. I've seen the prayers you whispered when no one was listening. I've watched how your soul opened up for them, even when you promised yourself you'd never feel that way again. But child, they are hiding something from you, something they think you'll never find out. And the cruelest part is, everyone else already knows, everyone except you. That's why I've been trying to reach you since last night. That's why the signs have been getting louder. That's why this message found you now. Because the truth, it's bitter, it's messy, but it's yours. And no matter how deeply this person cares for you, they will never have the courage to say it out loud because they're scared to lose you. They're scared that if you knew what they did, you would walk away. They're scared of your silence, of your disappointment, of your tears. But God is not afraid, and I, Archangel Michael, will not let you be in the dark while the whole world watches you live in half-truths. You deserve full light. You deserve the full truth, and you deserve it now. So don't scroll away. Don't close this. You may never get this chance again. If your heart is pounding right now, if your soul is leaning in, then stop everything and subscribe. This message was divinely sent for you, and what you hear next might just be the reason your entire life shifts into its miracle phase. Subscribe now. Your angels are speaking through this. Now, listen closely. The person you love was in a moment last night that could change everything. A conversation happened behind your back. A name was mentioned, your name, and the truth they've been running from spilled out. It wasn't planned, but the universe planned it for them. And now they're panicking, not because they don't love you, but because they love you too much to be honest, and that's where it hurts the most. You've built your heart around someone who smiles at you with a secret behind their eyes. But don't think for a second that God isn't in control, because, child, God is moving now. God is uncovering. God is opening the sealed envelopes, the silent phones, the unspoken confessions. And last night, something broke in the spirit world. A veil lifted, and your name was whispered by someone who was not supposed to know about you. And now that knowledge is moving through people you've never even met. A chain of energy has started, and it leads right to your door. Yes, you were meant to know this. No, it's not too late, but only if you keep listening. There's something about you they never expected. You were supposed to be the one they loved silently, without consequence. But then you became their home, their peace, their only safe place, and suddenly hiding things from you began to feel like betrayal. That's what kept them awake last night. That's what made them cry when no one was watching. That's what made them pray for the first time in a long time. They asked me to protect you, even if they couldn't tell you everything. But child, I don't work through secrets. I work through truth. And the truth is this: you are being watched, protected, and fiercely guided right now. The moment you started reading this, heaven began shifting things, not because you're weak, but because your heart has been too strong for too long. And now it's time to give you the answers you never asked out loud. Let me tell you what others won't. The betrayal was not physical, it was emotional, a silent choice, a conversation that should have never happened. Someone asked them a question that made them pause, and in that pause, your name was replaced with a silence that screamed. And someone caught it, someone you wouldn't expect, and now they're watching you, waiting to see what you'll do when you find out. Because the moment you do, your reaction will change everything. And what they don't know is you were already sensing it. Yes, child, that's why the dreams felt strange. That's why your gut tightened when they said, "Everything's fine." That's why your favorite song suddenly brought tears to your eyes. You always knew. Your spirit was catching signals your mind couldn't process yet. But heaven caught them. I caught them. That's why this message has reached you now. Not earlier, not later now. Because the timing is divine and the truth was waiting for your heart to be strong enough to hear it. You are not losing anything. You are being saved. Saved from the burden of false love. Saved from the weight of half-truths. Saved from a path that wasn't yours to carry. And listen carefully. This message is not here to make you fear. It's here to prepare you. Because the person you love is about to reach out in a way they've never done before. And when they do, they will either cover the truth or confess it. But you, my beloved, will already know. You'll look into their eyes and see what they're hiding. You'll feel what their words don't say, and you'll know you were chosen to rise above this. There's more, much more than even you realize. And what they don't know is you were already sensing it. Yes, child, that's why the dreams felt strange. That's why your gut tightened when they said, "Everything's fine." That's why your favorite song suddenly brought tears to your eyes. You always knew. Your spirit was catching signals your mind couldn't process yet. But heaven caught them. I caught them. That's why this message has reached you now, not earlier, not later now. Because the timing is divine and the truth was waiting for your heart to be strong enough to hear it. You are not losing anything. You are being saved. Saved from the burden of false love. Saved from the weight of half-truths. Saved from a path that wasn't yours to carry. And listen carefully, this message is not here to make you fear. It's here to prepare you. Because the person you love is about to reach out in a way they've never done before. And when they do, They will either cover the truth or confess it. But you, my beloved, will already know. You'll look into their eyes and see what they're hiding. You'll feel what their words don't say, and you'll know you were chosen to rise above this. There's more, much more than even you realize. Someone else is involved, a person who has always been jealous of your light. They spoke something last night, a word that wasn't theirs to speak, and now it's in motion. That's why you've been feeling unstable. That's why your spirit is crying without reason. You're feeling the echo of what was said in secret. But the good news, God is rewriting it. I, Archangel Michael, am standing between you and that harm. I am shielding your heart, your future, your calling. You will not be destroyed by this. You will be awakened. So let me ask you this. What if the person you love only hurts you because they're terrified you'll leave when you find out who they used to be? What if last night's moment was orchestrated by heaven to finally free you from the confusion you didn't even know was caging you? What if this message is the only warning you'll ever get before the shift happens? Don't miss it. Don't scroll past it. Don't silence what your soul is screaming. This isn't about punishment, it's about preparation. This isn't about loss, it's about light. This isn't about the end, it's about a miracle disguised as heartbreak. And let me tell you, a miracle is on its way. A person will step in soon, unexpected, quiet, but their words will confirm everything you read here today. When they do, you'll know God wasn't just speaking. God was fighting for you. So listen again. They love you, but they're scared, and that fear has made them act in ways you don't deserve. You must choose now. Will you wait for them to speak, or will you listen to heaven's voice already speaking through this? Because last night they almost confessed. They picked up the phone. They typed the message. They rehearsed the call. But then they stopped and decided to stay silent. And now they're hoping the truth will never surface. But you know now, you see now. And you must decide what you do with this divine truth. Because your angels will not force you, but they will walk beside you. And they will light the path, even if you walk it with tears, because at the end of that path is a breakthrough, a divine reversal, a soul upgrade, a healing you didn't even know you needed. You are not abandoned. You are being rescued from lies, from confusion, from false peace. And the moment you honor this message, the real miracle begins. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now, not just with your eyes, but with your soul, because last night wasn't an accident, and this moment right now is a turning point. The next 24 hours will show you everything, but only if you believe, only if you are willing to see. So pause, breathe, and say this out loud. I am ready. I am protected. I receive the truth, no matter how painful, because I know it will lead to my healing. Thank you, God. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I am listening now. And now watch what happens next, because the truth has been released and so have you. Because the moment you whispered those words, heaven responded. Child, a light has been activated around you. Even if you can't see it, it's already working. Angels have been dispatched to guide you gently into clarity. They've heard your silent cries. You thought no one noticed how strong you've had to be. You believed your pain was invisible, but it was never hidden from me. Every time you smiled while breaking inside, heaven recorded it. And now it's your time to be lifted. Let me show you something your eyes can't see. That person, the one you love deeply, they're not the villain, but they're broken. They carry wounds from their past that you don't know about. They made mistakes before they ever met you, and now they're trying to protect you from those old shadows. But in doing so, they're hurting you more, not because they want to, but because they don't know how to be real without losing you. And that's where the battle begins. Between what they feel and what they fear, between loving you fully and hiding themselves, between choosing honesty or silence. But God is not confused, and neither are you. You feel it. You feel when something's not right. You feel when the energy changes. You felt it last night. Let me say it again. Everyone except you knows what happened last night. And the people who were present, even they were shocked because someone said something they weren't supposed to say. A truth slipped, a mask fell, and the person you love stood frozen in that moment, knowing they could never go back. And that's why they've been distant. That's why their voice sounds different today. That's why they're taking longer to reply. Because they're trying to figure out whether to come clean or pretend nothing happened. But pretending won't work anymore, not after this, because now you know. And that's where the battle begins. Between what they feel and what they fear, between loving you fully and hiding themselves, between choosing honesty or silence. But God is not confused, and neither are you. You feel it. You feel when something's not right. You feel when the energy changes. You felt it last night. Let me say it again. Everyone except you knows what happened last night. And the people who were present, even they were shocked because someone said something they weren't supposed to say. A truth slipped, a mask fell, and the person you love stood frozen in that moment, knowing they could never go back. And that's why they've been distant. That's why their voice sounds different today. That's why they're taking longer to reply. Because they're trying to figure out whether to come clean or pretend nothing happened. But pretending won't work anymore, not after this, because now you know. And here's where it gets deeper. This isn't just about love. It's about your future, your calling, your purpose. Because if you continue walking with someone who hides the truth, your steps will be slowed, your spirit will feel heavy, and you won't even realize that your blessings are being delayed, not because God stopped loving you, but because the truth was weighing down your wings. And that's why I'm here, to cut that weight, to restore your wings, to defend your destiny. Child, the days ahead are important. What happens next will test you, but I promise you won't walk alone. I will walk in front of you, behind you, beside you. You will feel me in the quiet moments, in the sudden chills, in the unexpected words someone says that feel like they were meant just for you. That's me, guiding you, protecting you. And about the person you love, they're going to feel this shift too. They'll suddenly want to talk, suddenly feel drawn to confess, but it won't be complete. They'll leave out the part that matters most. Why? Because they're still scared you'll walk away. But child, listen again. You don't need to wait for their honesty to reclaim your peace. You don't need their confession to validate what you already know. Your spirit is ahead of their words. You are not lost. You are not stuck. You are not blind. You are aware now, and awareness is power. It is the gate through which miracles enter. Don't make a decision today, just stay still. Let the energy move. Let heaven work. But do not ignore the signs again. The song that plays at the right time, the name you overhear, the look in their eyes, the feeling in your gut, the dream that repeats. All of these are whispers from me. All of these are me saying, my child, I love you too much to leave you guessing any longer. You've been through too much already. You've trusted people who weren't ready for your heart. You've forgiven betrayals no one knew about. You've smiled through storms that could have destroyed you. And now is the time for you to see why none of that was in vain. There is someone new coming, someone who sees all of you, even the broken parts, and still says, I choose you. This person doesn't come with secrets, they come with clarity. But they can only arrive once you make space, and space only comes through truth. You don't need to fight. You don't need to beg. You don't need to force anything. Just trust. Trust that this message reached you because heaven still believes in you. Trust that your story is being rewritten with divine ink. Trust that the bitter truth was only the beginning of a sweeter ending. So, what now? Now you stay open. You speak your truth. You set your boundary. You ask for what you deserve. And you wait not with fear but with faith, because when you live in truth, miracles follow without delay. Remember what I said at the start. This is an emergency. Not because you are in danger, but because you are on the brink of a breakthrough so big that darkness tried to distract you before it could arrive. But it's too late now. The truth is out. You've heard the whisper. You felt the tremble. And now you rise. You rise above the confusion, above the fear, above the silence, above the half-love. You rise into fullness, into light, into clarity. And I will be there every moment, every step, with my sword of truth and my shield of light. Because you are not just loved. You are protected, you are guided, you are called, and you are chosen. Now go, not with doubt, but with divine knowing, because the person you love will never say what they should, but heaven already did. And that's enough, more than enough for the miracle to begin. And now, child, as you walk forward with this truth settled deep in your spirit, I want you to understand something that will change everything. You were never meant to be kept in the dark. No matter how much love you gave, no matter how many second chances you offered, God never created you to live on pieces of the truth. You are meant to live in wholeness. You are meant to walk in the full light. You are meant to breathe freely, not guessing, not wondering, not hoping someone finally tells you what your soul already knows. Last night wasn't ordinary. It wasn't just another night. It was the moment of awakening. The veil thinned, the lies trembled, and your angels cried, not because of sadness, but because heaven finally saw you stepping into the truth you had always deserved. And that bitter truth you weren't supposed to know, the one they hid, it wasn't just about a word or a message or a meeting. It was about a choice they made, a moment where they could have stood for you, spoken for you, defended your name when it was brought up. But instead, they stayed silent. And silence, child, is a decision. But before you let this turn your heart hard, I need you to feel what I'm saying now. You are not unloved. You were just not fully seen. And now, finally, you are about to be seen, not by someone who looks at you with guilt. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Don't pray before reading this. Pause for a moment before your next prayer. What if I told you that a simple shift in your approach could dramatically amplify the power of your prayers? This isn't just an enhancement, it's a complete transformation. You're about to discover a secret that has been hidden for centuries. It's been accessed by only a select few who have wielded its power to shape destinies. It's about a 77-letter invocation, a prayer unlike any you've known before. This isn't a typical prayer. It's a potent, ancient formula, a code that unlocks a direct connection to the universe's vast resources. Imagine tapping into a wellspring of abundance, health, and happiness, all by altering the way you pray. Up until now, your prayers, though heartfelt, might have been missing this key element, a specific, powerful invocation that acts like a beacon, guiding your desires from mere thoughts to real-world manifestations. Curious about how to transform your prayers into a force of attraction that the universe can't ignore? Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Click here now to download your 77-letter invocation prayer. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Last night wasn't ordinary. It wasn't just another night. It was the moment of awakening. The veil thinned, the lies trembled, and your angels cried, not because of sadness, but because heaven finally saw you stepping into the truth you had always deserved. And that bitter truth you weren't supposed to know, the one they hid, it wasn't just about a word or a message or a meeting. It was about a choice they made, a moment where they could have stood for you, spoken for you, defended your name when it was brought up. But instead, they stayed silent. And silence, child, is a decision. But before you let this turn your heart hard, I need you to feel what I'm saying now. You are not unloved. You were just not fully seen. And now, finally, you are about to be seen, not by someone who looks at you with guilt, but by someone who looks at you with awe. This moment you're in, it's a divine shift. It's painful, I know, but pain isn't always punishment. Sometimes it's preparation. And this is preparation for something sacred. There is something miraculous coming. It is wrapped in truth. It is carried by love. It speaks your name not behind your back, but in prayer. And it is so close that even the person who once stayed silent will feel the energy changing around you. They'll feel the loss before you even walk away. They'll sense that you are no longer bound to what they never had the courage to say. They'll feel your freedom before you fully step into it, because, child, your spirit is already leaving the room of confusion. You are already rising. You are already glowing. You are already shifting timelines without even trying. And as you do, something beautiful happens. The people who once hid things from you, they start to confess. The people who once judged you, they start to admire you. The ones who never saw your value start talking about your light. But by then, it won't even matter, because you'll already be walking toward the ones who recognized it from the very beginning. The energy around you is loud right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel how heavy it's been these past few days? That's because your soul has been pushing against an invisible wall, a wall of secrets, a wall of half-truths, a wall built by someone too afraid to be vulnerable with you. But you didn't come this far to be hidden behind someone else's fear. You didn't walk through fire just to sit in the shadows of someone else's silence. You were made to shine. You were made to love and be loved in return, not in a halfway, not in a maybe, not in a someday, but fully, fiercely, forever. Now breathe. You've made it to this part of the message because your spirit is ready to hear what most people run from. God is not trying to break your heart. He is trying to break the illusion that this is all you'll ever have, the illusion that you have to settle for confusion, the illusion that someone else's silence is your burden to carry. No, you are being freed now, and freedom sometimes looks like pain before it looks like peace. But trust me, the peace that's coming, it's deeper than anything you've ever known. It's the kind of peace that lets you sleep without overthinking, that lets you love without guessing, that lets you breathe without checking your phone. This is what I want for you, and this is what heaven is sending. But first, truth, always truth, because only truth can make space for real love. So if they come to you with their version of events, if they look into your eyes and say, "You don't need to worry," you'll smile, you'll listen. But inside you'll already know, because God spoke first. Because I whispered it before they ever had the courage to. You'll carry yourself with quiet strength, not because you're cold, but because you're clear. Clear about your worth, clear about your boundaries, clear about your future. And clarity, child, is a miracle. So if you feel like crying right now, let yourself cry. That's not weakness, that's release. Let it out. All the waiting, all the wondering, all the pain of feeling not enough. Because today marks the end of confusion. Today marks the start of divine alignment. And as you go forward, say this in your heart: I no longer chase the love that hides from me. I walk toward the light that chooses me freely. This is your season of revelation. This is your moment of miracle. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. And the truth that broke you will soon be the truth that sets you free. Now close your eyes, child. Take a breath and remember this forever. God did not send this message to hurt you. He sent it to help you rise. And Archangel Michael will not leave your side until your soul is walking in the full truth, the full light, and the full love you've always deserved. And now, child, as the sun begins to rise in your spirit, even if the world around you still feels dim, I want you to know this one thing deeply, completely, and forever. You have not been forgotten. Heaven did not overlook you. Your angels have not been silent. God has not been quiet because He doesn't care. He's been quiet because He was preparing this exact moment, this moment where everything inside you suddenly aligns with everything you've been praying for. This moment where your heart finally whispers, "Now I understand." Because you were never meant to live in confusion. And though you tried to stay strong for love, though you gave everything to someone who wouldn't give the same in return, you are not the one who failed. You are not the one who hid. You are not the one who pretended. You were honest. You were loyal. You were pure in your intention. And that, child, is why God is fighting for you now. Take a breath and remember this forever. God did not send this message to hurt you. He sent it to help you rise. And Archangel Michael will not leave your side until your soul is walking in the full truth, the full light, and the full love you've always deserved. And now, child, as the sun begins to rise in your spirit, even if the world around you still feels dim, I want you to know this one thing deeply, completely, and forever. You have not been forgotten. Heaven did not overlook you. Your angels have not been silent. God has not been quiet because He doesn't care. He's been quiet because He was preparing this exact moment, this moment where everything inside you suddenly aligns with everything you've been praying for. This moment where your heart finally whispers, "Now I understand." Because you were never meant to live in confusion. And though you tried to stay strong for love, though you gave everything to someone who wouldn't give the same in return, you are not the one who failed. You are not the one who hid. You are not the one who pretended. You were honest. You were loyal. You were pure in your intention. And that, child, is why God is fighting for you now. The person you love deeply might be sitting in silence right now, thinking that the truth they swallowed last night will never find you. They may believe their charm or closeness or "I love you" will be enough to cover it. But they don't understand what's happening behind the veil. They don't know that heaven already revealed it, that every angel surrounding you is standing with a sword in their hand, not to harm them, but to cut away every lie trying to bind you. They don't know that this message, this long whisper from the throne of God, is not random, it's ordained. Because your time to rise has come, because the weight has done its work, because the pain has purified your heart, and now the truth must be born. You see, child, last night was not just about a moment. It was about a pattern breaking, a cycle ending, a spiritual contract being torn up in the heavens, a karmic debt dissolving. You've been here before, loving someone who hides, forgiving someone who hurts, waiting for someone to become ready. But not this time. This time, you're not going back, because this time, God is standing between you and your past. This time, Archangel Michael has stepped into the middle of your soul and said, no more. No more almost. No more guessing. No more waiting for someone to treat you like the miracle you are. Because you, my child, are a miracle. You are a story heaven loves to tell. You are a soul that shines in 1,000 dimensions. You are not ordinary. You never were. And when people try to love you halfway, they don't realize how much it costs their spirit, because loving someone as divine as you without truth is like holding a flame with bare hands. Eventually, they get burned by the lies. And let me show you something powerful. They know it. Deep down, they know they didn't deserve your love the way you gave it. They know they failed to protect your heart the way you protected theirs. They know what they did last night, and even though they won't speak it, they're haunted by it now. But child, that's not your weight to carry. You are not responsible for someone else's silence. You are not responsible for someone else's guilt. You are responsible for your healing, your peace, your truth. So today, choose that. Choose to let this message be the boundary. Choose to let this divine whisper be the confirmation you've been waiting for. They didn't confess. That's okay, because heaven did. They didn't protect you. That's okay, because Archangel Michael surrounded you with a wall of fire the moment they looked away. They didn't come forward. That's okay, because the angels have already come for you. And let me tell you something sacred, something soft, something most people never believe until it happens. When you honor the truth, God honors you with something bigger than you ever imagined. And that's what's coming now. I won't lie to you, the next few days may feel strange. You may feel distance in their tone. You may feel a heaviness when you're near them. That's not punishment. That's heaven's hand gently pulling your heart away from the space it no longer belongs. You will be tested. They may reach out and act like nothing happened. They may try to love you with their silence, but you, child, are no longer the same. You've been awakened. You've seen what they thought you never would. You've heard the truth they feared. And now you stand in a light so powerful that every false thing will fade away before it reaches you again. So don't be afraid. Don't shrink. Don't run back just because you missed the memories. Instead, wait. Wait because something holy is rising. Wait because someone real is being prepared for you. Wait because this heartbreak will birth a healing so big your soul will never feel small again. And while you wait, speak this aloud with me. I will not chase truth, I attract it. I will not beg for love, I embody it. I will not stay where I am hidden, I rise where I am seen. Because this is who you are now. You are light, you are truth, you are love. And you are walking into miracle after miracle because you didn't close your heart when the truth arrived. You opened it. You listened. And now, child, heaven will open its arms and give you more than you lost. Stay with me. Your miracle is closer than you think, closer than your next breath, closer than your next sunrise, closer than your own thoughts even realize. Because something is already shifting behind the scenes. People you've never met are already being positioned to bless you. Conversations you didn't hear are already making room for your name to be honored. What was hidden in shadows is being pulled into light, all because you listened, all because you didn't ignore this moment. Child, the truth is not here to destroy you. It's here to open a door that was locked behind you for far too long. Do you remember that heaviness you felt last night? That feeling of something being wrong even though no one said a word? That strange quiet that wrapped around you like a fog? That wasn't imagination. That wasn't overthinking. That was your spirit sensing the moment they chose silence over truth. Someone asked them a question, a name came up, your name, and they had a choice: to speak the truth or to protect themselves. And in that second, they chose what was easier, not what was right. And while they looked calm on the outside, the spiritual realm was erupting because the moment they made that choice, heaven started sending this message, not to punish, not to shame, but to rescue you. Because you've waited long enough for something that was never going to grow without truth. And what they didn't realize was that you're not someone who can be loved in silence. You're not someone who settles for a half story. You're not someone who thrives in mystery. You are someone who builds empires with light. You are someone who turns pain into gold. You are someone who shifts timelines just by telling the truth. That's why this is happening now. Because the time for hidden feelings, silent phones, vague explanations, and I'll tell you later is over. Your heart has graduated to a higher frequency, one that doesn't allow lies to survive in your space anymore. That's why it feels like people are falling away. That's why certain connections feel weaker. That's why your own body is reacting to things you once tolerated. It's not drama, it's divine discernment. God is cleaning the room before your miracle walks in. And the person you love, they feel this, even if they don't understand it yet. They feel the energy changing. They feel you shifting. And they're scared not just of losing you, but of losing the version of you who didn't know yet. Because now you do know. And when you know, you can't unknow. And when you can't unknow, you begin to walk differently. Wiser, quieter, stronger, softer, but more sacred, more selective, more spiritual, more still. Because now you're not trying to earn love. You're waiting to receive it in its purest form. And child, that kind of love is coming. It won't confuse you. It won't delay you. It won't silence you. It won't make you question your worth or replay every sentence looking for hidden meaning. It will be safe. It will be clear. It will be peace. But until then, this message is your protection. This message is your clarity. This message is your miracle in disguise. And if you've read this far, I need you to understand something so deep, so personal, so divine that you feel it in your chest. You are being prepared for the love of your life. And that includes loving yourself enough to walk away from anything that can't meet you with truth. So let me ask you again, child, do you still feel unsure? Do you still feel like this might not be for you? Because if you do, close your eyes for just 10 seconds. Listen to your breath. Feel the way your heart is whispering, "This is me. This is about me. This is for me." That's not coincidence. That's not fantasy. That's your soul recognizing truth when it hears it. Let the person you love walk their own journey now. Don't try to force a confession. Don't chase the moment. Don't wait for a closure they were never brave enough to give. Your closure is this: God saw everything. God is protecting you now. And you are stepping into a future that will not require you to wonder. Repeat this one more time with me. I am no longer available for half-truths. I am no longer accessible to fear-based love. I am open only to what is aligned with God, led by truth, and protected by light. And now, let the shift begin. Let the silence fade. Let the truth grow louder than the excuses. Because, child, from this moment forward, you will never again have to beg for what your soul was born to receive. You are chosen. You are seen. You are deeply, entirely, eternally loved. And you are free now, free to let go, free to trust again, free to rise. The person you love may never admit the truth, but heaven already revealed it. And that truth is your key to the next chapter, a chapter written with miracles, lined with gold, and filled with the kind of love that was always meant to find you. Go walk in it. This is your divine turning point. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Are you ready for the path He chose for you? Have you ever wondered if the steps you take are by your own design or directed by a higher force? Today, I invite you to consider a profound possibility. What if your journey to this very moment was orchestrated from above? You didn't just stumble upon this message. You were guided here. It's not about coincidence. It's about destiny. It's about the path our Creator has designed specifically for you. I know in our everyday hustle, it's easy to feel like we're in full control. We plan, strive, and often struggle, trying to steer our life towards what we think is best. Yet sometimes we find ourselves facing unexpected outcomes, feeling lost or even disappointed by the choices we've made. Why is that? It's simple. We often forget to listen. We think we know better than the force that created us, that guides us, that wants nothing but the best for us. But what if today you chose differently? What if today you chose to trust in the path that has been laid out for you? I'm talking about a journey towards true abundance, health, wealth, and love. A journey that begins with the 77-letter invocation prayer. This isn't just any prayer. It's a divine message, encoded with the power to alter your life dramatically, just as it has for thousands who were humble enough to embrace the path destined for them. Those who have used this prayer have seen doors open in ways they never imagined possible, all through the power of divine intervention. In the next 60 seconds, you could start to redefine your future. Are you ready to accept the journey laid out for you? Are you ready to see changes in your life in the form of wealth, abundance, love, and health flowing towards you, simply because you chose to believe? This is your moment, your crossroads. Choose to free yourself from doubt. Trust in the path chosen for you and watch as your life transforms. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of click here to unlock the power of the 77-letter invocation prayer. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. My dear child, I want you to stop for just a moment and feel this message enter your heart. I am not sending this to scare you, but to protect you. This is not a coincidence. This is not a dream. It's something I have been trying to reach you about, but you were too busy, too distracted, too heartbroken to notice the signs. And now, Archangel Michael has been waiting for 2 whole hours just to speak to you directly. He's been pacing, watching, waiting, because what he's about to tell you, it cannot wait any longer. Listen carefully. This is not a joke. A private investigator was caught, and what they were caught doing, it involves you. Yes, you. Someone paid money. Someone gave detailed instructions. Someone has been silently watching you from the shadows. And no, this is not about crime. It's about curiosity, obsession, secrets. This person wanted to know things about you they never had the courage to ask directly. But you've been walking through life without realizing you're being observed by eyes that do not blink, watched by someone who wanted answers they couldn't get from your smile. So they sent someone to follow your silence. The truth was never supposed to come out. But I, the Lord your God, make the hidden things visible when it's time. And now, the time has come. You are going to feel like you're in a movie. But trust me, this is real. This is not entertainment. This is your life unfolding like a mystery that even heaven gasped at. My child, the man who was caught was not a stranger to the spiritual world. He was someone who once rejected me. He once used his talents to dig up pain in people's lives. But when he looked into your life, something changed in him, something cracked. He saw purity. He saw prayers. He saw old wounds that you never showed anyone. And instead of reporting what he found, he repented. He gave up the job, and then he came to us. He came to heaven. That's when Michael got involved. And for the past 2 hours, Michael has been trying to whisper into your spirit. He's been trying to alert you. But there's a wall around your heart, a wall built from past betrayal. But child, if you open this message, truly open it, that wall is coming down. Not because someone is tearing it, but because truth has arrived. Love letter. Pause right now. Before you go further, let your spirit breathe. And if you're listening to this on video, click that subscribe button so you don't miss the next urgent message from me or from Archangel Michael. These messages are not stories. They are instructions for your next breakthrough, your peace, your destiny. Turn on the bell too, because the next warning is even closer. Love letter. Now let me take you deeper. The person who hired the investigator didn't do it to hurt you. Not at first. It started with curiosity. It started with love. It started with wondering why you suddenly disappeared, why your energy changed, why you stopped responding. They never knew how to ask, so they acted in a way that felt safe for them, not for you. But now they are afraid. They know they crossed a spiritual line, and heaven has eyes on them. You may feel betrayed when you hear this, but I want you to know something you've forgotten. You are protected, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, energetically. That's why the investigator confessed. That's why Michael intervened. That's why you're hearing this now. You are covered in light, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You have not been walking blindly. You have been walking under my covering. Even when you didn't feel me, even when you thought I was silent, even when your nights were filled with tears and unanswered prayers, I was preparing the truth to rise. Just like this, child, someone is about to come forward. They are going to admit it, but don't panic. They are not coming with anger. They are coming with shame. They thought they had lost you forever. And in their desperation, they made a choice that now haunts them. But you have a heart that I've been shaping for something higher. And now, you're being called to listen with your spirit, not your emotions. This is the beginning of something that will shake you but not break you. I will not allow it. You are chosen for something far greater than surveillance or suspicion. You were never meant to be someone's investigation. You were meant to be someone's revelation. And yes, I said what I said. That person is going to confess, but not because they got caught, because they've been broken by your light. They saw the truth of who you are, even when they sent someone else to search for it. Now breathe again. I am still speaking. Then let's keep going, my child. What I am telling you now, it's not fiction. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual reality. You don't have to understand every part yet. Just open your heart and feel what I am saying to your spirit. The man who was caught, yes, the private investigator, he saw something that stopped him. It was a single photograph, a moment of you standing alone, unaware that anyone was watching. No words, no conversation, just your face. But there was something in your eyes that shook him. He said it felt like a prayer was looking back at him. That image followed him home. It disturbed his sleep. He thought he had control over his emotions. But what he didn't know was that your energy carries my presence. That's why you confuse people. That's why they can't forget you. That's why even those who try to walk away find themselves drawn back to you, because you are marked. Marked by my voice, my mercy, my love. That man was hired for money, but he encountered something priceless. You. And now Archangel Michael is standing near you. Right now, as you hear this, he is surrounding your space with light, not just to protect, but to reveal. Because this isn't just about what someone did behind your back. It's about why heaven is stepping in. You are moving into a season where truth will not hide anymore. Secrets will have no more power. And every hidden conversation, every whispered plan, every spiritual trap is being exposed, dismantled, and reversed because you're rising. You've felt it for days now, haven't you? That something is shifting in the air. That strange dreams are coming. That people are treating you differently, with confusion, attraction, or resistance. And you've wondered, why am I feeling this pressure? It's not pressure, child. It's the gravity of divine timing. What's been happening in the unseen world is now spilling into your timeline. A storm is passing, but behind it is a door. And someone who once closed that door on you is about to return, trying to knock again, this time with trembling hands. But you won't open the door with fear. You'll open it with discernment. Let me take you back. Remember the times when people misunderstood your silence, when they called your calmness cold, when they walked away from you because they couldn't handle your depth. This is why, because you were never ordinary. You carry a kind of peace that unsettles the unhealed. And the person who sent that investigator, they couldn't handle how strong you became after they left. They thought you were fragile, but you became fire. You see, when they walked away, they expected you to collapse, but you did the opposite. You rebuilt in secret with me, with tears, with whispers in the dark. You read messages like this one not because you're weak, but because your spirit knows I'm talking to you directly. And now, it's your time to rise. But listen carefully, because this next part matters. The man who came to investigate you also left behind something. A small piece of paper, a note. He didn't give it to his client. He left it at a spiritual center anonymously. It said, the one you're searching for is not hiding anything, but you are. I suggest you stop before heaven gets involved. That's when I sent my angels to deliver this message to you. And I whispered to Michael, go. Wait until the child opens their spirit. And when they do, speak. And now you're here. And now Michael is speaking, love letter. And now, again, I remind you, don't leave this message halfway. If you've been touched by this, then click the button to subscribe or follow. This isn't just about videos. This is about divine updates for your life. You've missed signs before. Don't miss the next one. Turn on all notifications. Let your spirit be reminded that God has your back and heaven is talking directly to you. Love letter. Now hear me say this with love. Forgive them. Yes, even the one who invaded your privacy. Even the one who watched from a distance instead of speaking with courage. Because I am doing something with your story that needs purity of heart. I'm writing a comeback that will shock the people who thought they figured you out. And this isn't just about one person. Others are watching too. Not everyone who's smiling is your supporter. Not everyone asking how you are cares about your healing. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm cleaning your path. I'm removing fake energy. I'm exposing motives. And yes, I am closing the eyes of those who try to see your future without permission. Your destiny is not their business. Your journey is not theirs to study. You belong to me. The next few days are important. You might get a message, an apology, an awkward, "Hey, can we talk?" Maybe it'll come from a number you don't recognize. Maybe it'll come in person. But when it happens, pause. Don't speak from pain. Speak from power. You have nothing to fear. Nothing to hide, because the truth is finally working in your favor. And child, this is just the beginning. Then stay with me, child, because what I'm about to say next, it's going to shift something deep inside you. This moment, this exact point in time, is not random. It's perfectly aligned with something you've prayed for. Even if you don't remember the prayer, even if it was a whisper you said to yourself on a cold night while staring at the ceiling, hoping I was listening. And yes, I was listening. I always am. That's why this message is reaching you right now. The investigator was caught because I allowed it. The truth came out because I made sure it would. Because I love you too much to let people invade your peace without consequence. This is not about revenge. This is about revelation. I'm showing you what's been going on behind closed doors so you stop doubting your intuition. So you stop ignoring the whispers of your soul that said something feels off. You were right. You've always been right, but you kept doubting yourself. You kept pushing your feelings away, thinking you were just being too sensitive, too emotional, too dramatic. No, you were being divinely warned. And now, you're being divinely informed, because what happens next depends on what you choose now. If you choose to stand still and stay small, you will delay the healing I have already released for you. But if you choose to step forward in faith, if you choose to forgive what you now know and protect what's still growing, you will see a shift that not even you can explain. Do you know what Archangel Michael is doing right now? He's watching your energy. He's watching how your spirit is responding to this truth. He's standing beside you, waiting for the moment your heart says, "Yes, I'm ready." Because once that happens, once your inner self opens up fully, he's going to move quickly, very quickly. And when he moves, the things you thought would take months, even years, will start to happen in days. Doors will swing open. Conversations will happen out of nowhere. People will start treating you differently, sensing your shift without even understanding why. And the one who tried to study you through someone else, they will either walk away in silence or come back in surrender. Because when God defends you, nobody walks away untouched. I told you earlier this would feel like a movie. But here's the twist. You're not just the main character. You're the revelation. You are the moment that changes the story for others. And even the person who thought they could track you quietly is now realizing that you are not someone to be watched. You are someone to be honored. You might feel shaken. You might feel confused. But don't let that feeling define this moment. Let my words be louder than your fear. You are stepping into a time when the lights will come on and everything that's been hiding in the dark will scatter. Not just in your relationships, but in your finances, in your calling, in your dreams. You will no longer be confused because clarity is being gifted to you right now. The person who started all this, who thought they needed to hire someone to understand you, they never realized that what they were searching for wasn't facts. They were searching for peace, and they thought you had it, and you do. But peace isn't something you find by spying. Peace is something you receive when you stop running from the truth. Now, listen closely, because this next part is sacred. Tonight, when you're alone, light a candle if you can. Sit in stillness. Let your phone be silent. No music, no noise, just you and the presence of heaven. And then say these words out loud slowly. I allow the truth to flow. I am ready for clarity. I forgive those who trespass, and I welcome protection from God and His angels. I release fear. I trust divine timing. I am safe. I am ready. I am seen. Because after you say that, something will shift, and before the week ends, you will see it. A name, a message, a situation, a strange coincidence that feels too specific to ignore. That's your confirmation. And when it happens, don't say that's strange. Say that's God. And now, once more, love letter. If this message is opening your eyes and waking up your spirit, don't forget to subscribe. Not just to support the channel, but because you deserve to hear every divine update meant for you. The next message will answer what this person wants to say to you now and what God is about to do with your name in rooms you've never entered. Hit the bell. Be ready. Heaven is not done speaking. Love letter. My child, you are not alone. Archangel Michael is not leaving your side. He has already cleared paths you haven't walked yet. He has already removed traps that were being set behind the scenes. You don't need to fear what's coming, because what's coming is divine justice. Not loud, not vengeful, but clear, sharp, and full of peace. Do you feel that? That's your soul remembering what it always knew. You are protected. Then listen closely, child, because this final part carries the turning point your heart has been silently waiting for. The truth has now been revealed. The man was caught. The secrets are no longer hidden. The eyes that once watched from the shadows have now been met with light. But what happens next depends on how you respond. Not with fear, not with anger, but with a calm knowing that I, your God, have orchestrated this entire moment. You're not powerless. You never were. You were just unaware of how protected you truly are. Now that awareness is returning, now that clarity is flowing into your spirit, things are going to accelerate. People who once ignored you will start remembering your name. People who once doubted you will suddenly speak highly of you behind your back. And even the one who paid to know your story will no longer be able to deny the power of your presence. But here's what I want you to do. Stay grounded. Because with every elevation comes exposure. As I take you higher, more people will start to notice you. Not just because you're gifted, but because your energy carries evidence of my glory. There will be curiosity. There may be questions. There might even be gossip. But none of it will touch you because I've placed a seal over your life, a divine firewall around your name, a heavenly lock over your destiny. No one can undo what I'm about to do in your life. No voice can cancel your calling. No watcher can erase what I wrote in the books of heaven about you. And now, let me tell you the most beautiful part. The private investigator, he's changing because of you. He saw something in you that made him question the life he was living. You weren't just the subject of an assignment. You became the mirror that showed him his emptiness. He's not working for anyone now. He's looking for me. He's reading scripture. He's searching for peace. And the angels are rejoicing, not because he was caught, but because he was convicted. You, child, have no idea how powerful your presence is. You heal people without touching them. You speak to souls without using words. And even those who come into your life with hidden intentions leave with revelation. That's what it means to be chosen. So what's next? Prepare yourself spiritually, emotionally, even physically, because within the next 10 days, something significant is going to happen. You might be tempted to ignore it. You might think it's just another coincidence, but it won't be. It will be a divine setup, a moment that flips your timeline forward, a conversation, an invitation, a spiritual encounter. Watch for it. And when it comes, respond from your spirit, not your scars. You don't have to prove anything. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. God's bank, there is an 8th dimension where all the abundance of the universe lies. It's what some experts call God's bank. You see, the number 8 is symbolically used in the Bible to indicate a new beginning or a new order of things. And when you can access this eighth dimension, you'll experience a new beginning yourself, being born again into a life full of prosperity and wealth. The crazy part is the Bible tells us how to access this eighth dimension. It was just written in a code that's never been broken until just this year. But now that it has, it's a race against time to make this info public. Because many of the traditional religious leaders and billionaires of the world do not want you to know about this. After all, they think it will directly affect the comfy lives they lead. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of. That's why we created this short video documentary to get the truth to you. I urge you to watch it now while you still can. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you.